Welcome to Bulk Phase Week 2. Today I will share two things. Number one, maybe 2800 calorie diet जिसमें around 190 grams of protein है. I'll also share कि मैं exactly कैसे track कर पाता हूँ हर एक चीज को बहुत accurately. Number two, I will share the progress I've made in week 2 of my bulking phase. Week 1 में I was at a 2700 calorie diet. इस हफ्ते I increased to 2800. My weight increased by 0.6 kg almost. क्या ये ज़्यादा weight increase हो गया है from just 100 calorie increase? या इसका कुछ और मतलब बनता है? And what does it mean for next week? Should I increase my calories? Should I decrease my calories? All of that we will discuss in part 2. So lots of good information coming in. Stick around. Before I get into the diet, for viewers new to the series, I'm Rahul. I'm a certified nutritionist and a personal trainer. I have just entered the bulking phase of my journey. इससे पहले पिछले एक साल से I was in a cutting phase. I went from 100 kgs to 70 kgs. But now I'm in a bulking phase, and weekly I share updates on exactly how it is going, how much I eat, how do I engineer my diet and nutrition every single week based on progress. So if you want to learn bulking or cutting from someone's real life experience, बहुत ही data driven engineering way में, follow this journey, hit that subscribe button ताकि you don't miss anything and you can ask me questions at any point. So with that, let's get started with my diet. I will take you through the diet in my phone जहाँ पे मैं basically app में log करता हूँ. So I use my Fit Up with Rahul app. ये basically मैं अपने clients के साथ use करता हूँ. If you're interested, you can check out the coaching program. But in the app, in the nutrition plan section, this is my diet that I followed last week, right? Now, I think first and foremost, सबसे important is look, the first four things that you see on top, 2800 calories is the main thing, around 195 gram protein, pretty high, carbs 350 grams and fat 66 grams. These are broad targets. ऐसे बहुत accurately hit करना, like I don't aim for that, but yes, इसके आसपास I hit pretty much every day in the last week, right? Maybe diet is divided into very small meals, like around 11 or 12 or 13 meals. Let me show you. Like this was like from Sunday, but can you see like coffee one, breakfast two, coffee two? I do not have the standard 3 or 4 large meals. I just keep eating small quantities every 1 hour or 1.5 hours. I prefer that, right? Anything is fine. I go for this. So just to make sure you understand this, let's let's move to the diet, right? I start my day usually with coffee. So that milk froth Tavia machine, by the way, like मेरे apartment के नीचे coffee machine है जहाँ पे they use these coffee packets. उसमें nutritional information listed होती है, and that's why I have basically input this. All of the food items that you see in my diet are basically I have input these in the database in my app ताकि I can very accurately track. By the way, one thing I forgot to mention, like in this coffee, one thing, the first column 50 is the total calories. The next green color bar is the protein. Yellow or orange is the carbohydrates, and the last one is fats. So that's how it goes: calories, protein, carbs, and fats. Yeah, okay. Next is breakfast one, right? As you can see, bread and cheese, 2 bread slices and 1 cheese slice. Though bread slices basically around 52 grams के आसपास होते हैं, like the brand that I buy, and that's why I can do this, right? Anything in my diet that you see in brackets, like 100% whole wheat, nature's own, that is basically the specific variety or brand that I buy, because like you know, bread, fruits, even that based on brand, the calories can change, right? So I like to be super accurate, and this is how I do it, right? So agar, by the way, let's say if I eat two big bread slices, I can just like click on the food item and I can literally change the weight. So suppose 60 gram tha, I just do 60 gram, I do add food, वो change हो जाता है, and automatically recalculates the calories, right? And ऊपर देखो change हो गया होगा, it became 2819. My breakfast too is like a little bit of protein in it as well. I have a whey protein. This is a whey protein shake smoothie basically. First is whey protein powder, second is milk, and third is banana. Pretty straightforward. I use a nice mixer to quickly make this. Tastes really yummy, trust me, with the banana. Coffee too, yes, I have another coffee at around 12 p.m. के आसपास, especially when I'm working. Lunch one is any fruits around 300 grams. Usually I have like apples, banana, and oranges. This is like the 3 typical ones. And whichever I eat that day, I make sure I click add food. So let's say if I'm eating just apple, let's say 200 gram pehla. So I click this, I do 200 gram, and then I add it. And as you can see, this is apple 200 gram over here, right? And then I can always remove the 300 gram thing, and I can like add another 100 gram of fruits. So all of that, right? Now coffee, again, one more coffee. Sometimes I have a third coffee around in the afternoon, sometimes I do not. So I can delete it if I do not have it, but I have a placeholder for a plan. Again, a small meal, around 2 bread slices and 1 cheese slice. This is super convenient for me because I have to just put it in the toaster and cheese slice nikala, fits and immediately khalo. Like I do not cook much honestly at all. I like not cooking, and these all food items, as you can see, require very minimal cooking or whatever, right? So that is the other meal. So now lunch three, again, protein intake. You might be confused by seeing so many ingredients, but this is nothing but a normal protein shake converted to ice cream. Now, this is the craziest shit I've discovered in the last 1 year. I basically make protein ice creams. I had made a video on this. I'll link it in the description. The first two are basically nothing but milk. Part is almond milk. The second one is like normal skimmed milk, 0%. उसका combination है. Third is the whey protein powder. Fourth is unsweetened cocoa powder. ये बहुत छोटी quantity में है, but I like to be accurate, so I add everything. Rest all is in very small quantity. A pudding mix is basically a small, एक binder है basically to make ice cream. बहुत कम calories हैं, देखिए 9 calories है इसमें. Monk fruit sweetener is basically a non-caloric sweetener. Again, देखिए बहुत कम calories हैं इसमें. And then last में cookies is like a small mix in cookies that I like to mix in the ice cream. Next is snacks one. I usually like to have some dry fruits ताकि थोड़ा सा fats intake भी वहाँ से बढ़ जाए. Snacks two, pre-workout some carbs. Basically, I work out around 6-7 p.m. and उससे पहले I like to have a nice boost of carbs क्योंकि it helps in my workout. Now again, you see lots of ingredients here. I break it down. The first three is nothing but combined into a nice small quick smoothie. Like उसमें almond milk है, again that non-caloric sweetener, and then a banana. That's it. So first three is one meal. I do another smoothie shake right after that because I have to increase my carbs. So again milk, again non-caloric sweetener, and some banana, and sometimes I eat an apple right after that. Might seem a lot, but basically I nice 350 calories ke aaspas. I get a good amount of carbs basically immediately from that, right? So that's that. After my workout in the dinner, I eat chicken usually. Sometimes I change it, but mostly I do eat chicken. So chicken thighs. I add some spices, salt, pepper, basic things, and then I air fry it. I use some soy sauce, which is the second item here, and then some at the end when it's cooked. I use some sriracha sauce, right, which is such a nice sauce. But I track calories unka bhi because I want to be accurate. So that's dinner one. Uske baad I eat some potatoes. So russet potatoes is just a variety. I get it from Walmart, so the specific brand, and I just put it in the microwave, boil it, and then I put salt, black pepper. Pretty simple, but it's really tasty. And then in the end, right before going to bed, I have another shot of protein ice cream. Oh my God, the best thing ever. But this is exactly what you saw before. And that is pretty much it. Like I said, this is the overall diet, but I want to stress that my main aim is to hit the calorie goals and my protein goals. Carbs and fats also can be utna zyada matter nahi karte, especially in bulking phase. I don't have to stick to this entirely. Like I said, I can add a food item, I can delete a food item, I can change the quantities. Mainly is all about the total calories and total protein in a day, right? But if you are weighing your food, if you know the quantity, if you have input everything in your database, if you're reading nutritional labels, these are good habits to develop that intuition to measure your calories accurately क्योंकि उसी से best accurate results मिल सकते हैं. So that is my approach. Hope you like the diet. If you have any questions, ask me below. Also, अगर अभी तक आपको ये वीडियो अच्छा लग रहा है, so give me a quick like to show your support. इससे बाकी लोग भी ये वीडियो डिस्कवर कर पाएंगे. Okay, so let's move to the second part, which is क्या progress हुई week 2 में week 1 से. So I'm sharing this summary table that I've prepared and मैं हर week ये show करूँगा. I think इससे understanding बहुत enhance हो जाएगी आपकी कि exactly कैसे engineer करता हूँ मैं अपना weekly progress and diet and nutrition, everything basically. So let's start with the week 2, right? इस हफ्ते by the way, first of all क्या था? 2815 calorie per day was my average calorie intake per day. 5 days of strength training मैंने की. I won't go into too much detail of exercise plan right now. वो मैं एक future video में cover करूँगा. But think of it as pretty comprehensive. हर muscle groups को target करने वाला एक good plan, right? And इस हफ्ते का मेरा weight अभी आज was 72.6. Now कैसे change हुआ ये पिछले हफ्ते से? So पिछले हफ्ते क्या था? Let's see that. So पिछले हफ्ते this was a stat. I ate 2721 calories, मतलब 2700 के आसपास only. Exercise plan मेरा same था. एंड मेरा वेट लास्ट टाइम वो 71.95, राइट? देखिए पिछले बार से ऑलमोस्ट 600 ग्राम ज्यादा बड़ा है, इसका क्या मतलब बना? लाइक इज इट टू हाई, टू लो? नाउ आई थिंक 100 कैलोरी इंक्रीज के लिए इट इज डेफिनेटली ऑन द हायर साइड, राइट? बिकॉज अगर 0.6 kg सडनली बढ़ गया तो इसका मतलब देयर इज नो वे कि वो मसल है पूरा, देयर इज डेफिनेटली फैट इन इट एज वेल। लेकिन क्या ये सही है? प्रोबेबली नॉट, एंड हियर्स व्हाई। नंबर वन, ये सिर्फ एक वीक का डेटा है एंड देयर इज ऑलवेज मार्जिन ऑफ एरर, राइट? कुछ भी इनकंसिस्टेंसी हो सकती है, कभी वाटर वेट बदलता है, कभी स्लीप अच्छी नहीं हुई तभी तुम्हारा वेट थोड़ा डिफरेंट आ सकता है, एंड ऑल ऑफ दोज अदर small factors. However, 600 gram is still significant, right? And here's one technical or very potential reason why this has happened. जो मैंने 100 कैलोरीज बढ़ाई है पिछले हफ्ते से, all of that has been from carbs and fats. प्रोटीन तो मेरा ऑलरेडी हाई था तो मैंने प्रोटीन को टच नहीं किया, मैंने सिर्फ कार्ब्स मेनली बढ़ाए। Now every gram of carb that you intake binds 3 grams of water with it. 3 grams, राइट? तो सडनली, मैं अपने पास एक्सपीरियंस से बोल रहा हूं बाय द वे, एक साल में जब भी मैंने अपना जैसे डिक्रीज किया है या इंक्रीज किया है, व्हेनेवर यू इंक्रीज कार्ब सडनली वाटर रिटेंशन थोड़ा बढ़ता है। सो पोटेंशियल रीजन इस सडन 600 ग्राम इंक्रीज का इस कि शायद वाटर वेट भी इसमें अकाउंट हो रहा है। नंबर टू, एनीवेज एक हफ्ते का डेटा है, यूजुअली व्हाट दे सजेस्ट इज एटलीस्ट ट्राई योर डाइट फॉर अनदर वीक एंड देन सी, बिकॉज जितने ज्यादा हफ्तों का डेटा है उतना यू कैन बी लाइक कॉन्फिडेंट, राइट? सो देयर इज क्वाइट अ लॉट ऑफ चांस कि अगले हफ्ते वापस 600 ग्राम से ना बढ़े, मे बी शायद सेम रहे, राइट? एंड देन यू कैन बी लाइक ओके ठीक है, शायद वाटर वेट का ही था एंड इस नेक्स्ट हफ्ते शायद वाटर वेट नहीं बढ़ेगा। Because of that, I think right now 2800 calories is not a big concern, even though 600 gram weight bada hai. Two other reasons why I say that is, number, because see, so in my progress tracking routine, I don't just measure my weight, I measure my body inch measurements as well as I take photos, right? And whatever you can see these small things, right? Like waist is 32.4 and जो नीचे दिखा है plus 0.1. So पिछले हफ्ते से सिर्फ 0.1 इंच बढ़ा है, 0.1 inch is like negligible, वो margin of error zero है almost, right? So waist, hip, neck, chest, upper arm, quadriceps almost same ही रहे हैं, plus minus 0.1, 0.2 इंच तो कुछ भी नहीं होता, तो nothing stark here. अगर मेरा suddenly waist बहुत bloated होती तो बढ़ती, then I might be like, oh ये 600 ग्राम शायद might be concerning, but I think no significant changes in body measurements. That's one another data point. The other data point is I compare photos, right? सबसे ऊपर मेरी आज की photos हैं, so if I click compare, if I click this and if I click पिछले हफ्ते का, let's say front part, right? So the top photo is इस हफ्ते की and नीचे वाली photo is पिछले हफ्ते की. As you can see, कोई बहुत डिफरेंस ज्यादा नहीं दिख रहा बॉडी में, राइट? ऑलमोस्ट सेम है। अगर सडनली लेट्स से मेरी बेली बहुत ब्लोटेड लगती तो मे बी आई माइट बी लाइक, ओ मैंने कुछ स्क्रू अप किया है, शायद सही में फैट ज्यादा बड़ा होगा। बट अगेन इट्स अ गुड डेटा पॉइंट टू नो कि कोई बहुत स्टार्क चेंजेस नहीं आ रहे। दैट इज व्हाई आई कैन slightly be more confident कि वो शायद 600 ग्राम का weight is coming more from water weight and suddenly carbs increase करने के लिए, or could also be because of sleep या general hydration level, whatever. But एक हफ्ते का डेटा है, not too reliable, so probably I will continue my 2800 calorie for another week. Let's see how my body adapts and reacts, and उसके बाद we'll have a much better data set to react to and understand कि क्या 2800 calorie के बाद और बढ़ाना है या कम करना है, whatever. So that's my take on the progress, and that's how I think about engineering my nutrition intake, my exercise intake, and measuring the progress weekly basis पे, and then deciding for next week, because that's how you go about engineering your bulking phase and cutting phase. So I will stop there. If you have any questions, if I forgot to cover something, ask me below and I will answer. Subscribe again to follow this journey, especially अगर आप interested हैं bulking या cutting phase में। मेरा cutting phase will start after the bulking phase in a few months, so आप cutting phase भी समझ पाएंगे, like fat loss phase. And with that, I think we are done for today, and hopefully you liked it, and I will see you next week.